Hey everyone, it's Suzette from Suzette's Craft Studio, and I am making my Pink Paris journal. And I came up with, it's kind of a riff of another pocket foldable paper that I've done, but this holds so much and it's so versatile and it's double-sided, so I thought that I would turn on the camera and bring you guys along with me. Let me show you. There's a bunch of different options, but you can open up and there's, like I said, tons of goodies in here that you could store, different ways to decorate it. We'll go through that. And then it is double-sided, and you know, you have so many different options. Okay, so let's get going with this. You do need a square piece of paper. This is 8 by 8. Well, it's about probably 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, but you need something that's square. And it will by the time you fold it down, it'll be half the size of what you started with. So an 8 by 8 will probably be close to a 4 by 4. I may be off on a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start with, let me actually show you. This, I started out, this is my prototype, with origami paper, and this was a 6 by 6, so it does come out, and I measured it, this is almost 3 by 3, so it really is almost half. I do recommend that you put, get double-sided paper. This is just 24-pound copy paper that I've printed something on both sides. So you want to first fold it. This one does have something going in a certain direction or a picture. I'm probably going to lose that. I got a little bit left of it, but just know that you probably want some type of paper that's not directional. Otherwise, something might be upside down if you mind that. So you're going to fold it in half, and this is the gap, right? Let me take these out, of what you're going to see here. So you could make it really narrow, you could make it really thick. This one is a little bit wider, so I thought I'd do that so you could see the difference. But you want to try to get your corners of each paper kind of lined up to where they're centered. And then once you do that, it is really just a matter of what side you want showing, what paper you want showing the most, right? So this is going to be this piece. So whatever is showing in the middle or face up when you start folding it, that's going to be your edge, and then what's in the middle, in the inside. And I would say just try a bunch of different papers and see which one you like better. Then we're going to flip it over and we're going to fold the sides in. Before we do that, I do have this pre-folded, you guys, just to make it easier and faster. Another thing you want to try to do is where those two line up, before you press down to fold those lines, try to get this lined up with that corner as much as possible. What I do is I try to fold it in before I put those folds, the creases in, and then I'll fold this down, because by then you kind of know where you want to put it, and then you fold it down. And you do want this not to, when you fold this piece down, not to go all the way to the edge of these papers. And I'll show you why in a minute. So anyway, that just makes it easier. Once you've eyeballed it, and you can always refold it just a tad bit, then you're going to press down and crease each side. Now, we're going to flip it over to show you the opposite side, because there's only a couple of options you could do here. So this is what the back side looks like. And again, if you don't have to fold this down if you don't want to. You could leave it hanging, up unfolded without a flap. I prefer it this way. On this side, let me just flip it over so you could see what I've done here. I folded it down to where it made it look like a little envelope. And then you have a pocket here. And then I glued it and put a little pearl there so I could have a little tuck spot in underneath as well. You don't have to do that. Again, that's just an option. All these are just options for you to try out. Another option is if you don't care about this back and you want to hide it, pretend this is your journaling page. You have a couple of options that you can make these pockets. So you could make two pockets. One is that you glue around the 3 sides, and that would glue down. This would still be open, and then you'd have a pocket here, and you'd have a pocket also up here. But if you don't want to glue it down and you want it just to be open 2-sided, right, then you could leave it like this and leave it up, or fold it down and glue it, or fold it down and not glue it. Now onto this side. You have many, many options on this side. And it really just depends. Again, I would just say try it out, which one you like best, or do a bunch of different variations. So once you've got this folded, you can either glue this down, and then glue this down to where there is no seam here, so you can tuck stuff in so it won't fall out. Or if you want to keep it where it's open like this, where you open it up, that's why I put this little tuck spot right here. So that way it would catch it and not fall through. I am choosing to, once I put one in here, to put that flap down and put another one on top of it. So when you're folding it and you take this out, you really don't see that there's something else back there, kind of a hidden little area. Or you don't even have to fold it if you like that look and you want to put something bigger that just looks like another piece of paper right in the back. All right, other option. If you don't want to glue these down, you could also just put maybe like a little Velcro to hold it down. Or the simplest thing is to tuck it in. And you can tuck it with either side depending on which way you prefer, whether it's right or left. And then when you open it up on this one, I cannot tuck it in because I chose to put the lace on the bottom. So the lace it doesn't lay right with that lace there. So just be aware of that as well. All right, now once you've got it made, right, these are the options that you have. Do you want to glue this down? Do you want to keep it up? Do you want to hide it like I did? And then do you want to glue these? So basically, then you just take it and you start, I'm going to use this one so you can see how many little tuck areas there are. So I'm going to fold this down, put this little guy, put this little guy in here. Put him in here. And then I like to do it like this. If you did glue this down, you have another tuck spot here where things won't fall through. So here's some of the items that I just have chose to put in here. All right, you just start filling up the little areas, and you can stuff as much or as little as you want in there. And now you've got something that's 2-sided and very cute and very versatile and lots of different options. All right, I think that's it. I think you guys got the idea. I hope you liked it. I hope it gave you some inspiration. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.